Hey, today I'm talking about three French, well, it was supposed to be horror films, but it turned into just, I guess, kind of scary movies. And the names of those three movies are Adoration, The Night Eats the World, and The Swarm. First up is Adoration. This is a 2020 film, and it's interesting. The basic premise is this teenage boy's mom works for a mental hospital, and there also just so happens to be a very pretty teenage girl who's in the mental hospital, and teenage boy, being horny, is like, hey, I'll break you out and we can go on an adventure together. And so he breaks her out and they go on an adventure. And even though she very clearly has mental health issues and definitely should be in the hospital, he doesn't bring her back because she touches his penis. And that's the story. And it's pretty good. It's really, really pretty. Like, the cinematography are just incredible. There are so many gorgeous shots in this movie. It is something else. And then also, like, the girl did a really good job of realistically portraying someone that actually has a mental health issue. I'm not sure exactly what she has. It might be bipolar. I don't know enough about bipolar to properly say, but it felt legit. But because of how legitimate it felt, it made it not fun to watch at times, which is a careful line to walk when heavily featuring a very unlikable character in your movie. Because, like, we need to like our main characters at least a little bit in order to, you know, be invested in their story. Like, it's okay to like hating the character or something like that. So it's a good movie. I put it in the quite liked, so it's basically a 4 out of 5, but it was a little much at times, so it didn't quite tick over into the really like section. I would recommend it, but I would cautionly recommend it though, because it is a very slow and quiet movie. So, like, you just have to set yourself up for success in order to watch it, because, you know, you're not gonna really like a lot of the characters and it's gonna be slow and quiet, but it is a good movie. So, yeah. Next up is The Night Eats the World. This is a 2018 French/Belgian film that's in English and also a bit of Norwegian, starring a Norwegian guy. And the basic premise is very generic. It's about a guy who goes to his ex-girlfriend's house to pick up some stuff because they're broken up now, but then he ends up falling asleep in the back. And when he wakes up, everyone's a zombie. So now he has to live at his ex-girlfriend's flat during the zombie apocalypse. And again, it's a very quiet movie, and it's alright. It really doesn't do a lot of new things with the genre, and he does some really stupid things at times too, especially early on. I'm just like, what is this? Come on, you should know better. But it does have some good to it. Whenever he's like really losing his mind, like losing his marbles, that's when the movie shines, or it really, really shines, truly shines, when one of the ways in which he attempts to pass the time, you know, boredom, monotony of this stuff, is music. He creates music, and the last time they did it was the best time. It was a very, very beautiful, well done moment. But I don't know, they weren't great with showing the passage of time. They weren't great with explaining the rules of the zombies, because apparently these ones just like freeze in time, like you're dead and now you're just fine, like you're not going to decay anymore. Even though they're not eating anything, they're not going to get any smaller or weaker. They're just there existing. Maybe it's a metaphor for something, I don't know. It's okay, it's alright. I would only recommend it if, like, you're a really big fan of the zombie genre, because then maybe you'll like certain aspects of it. But if you're not really a zombie person, it's not gonna do anything that's gonna blow your mind. So yeah, it's okay. Don't super recommend it. And lastly is The Swarm. This is a 2021 film, and the basic premise is this mother is a farmer who decided to start farming locusts. And eventually she discovers that locusts not only enjoy blood, they thrive on blood. Just as a quick aside, they don't, not even a little bit. But it serves as a metaphor for the physical toll on farmers' bodies that they have to go through, like literally sacrificing their bodies for their crops. And I get it, and that's a good, solid enough metaphor. And the movie was well enough acted. I particularly like the daughter. She did a really good job. And the son was fine too, and the mom was alright. Just felt like they didn't do enough with it. Like, it wasn't that scary or spooky. Like, it does get a pretty intense ending, which is nice, but kind of lost me by that point. Like, I needed more things to happen with the locust, like more consequences. Like, at one point, a big group of them get out, and one bad thing happens, but that's it. And I'm like, oh, I thought like it was gonna domino effect here, because that would just make sense. But no, it just was the one thing, and that's it. So it was okay. Didn't super enjoy it. It wasn't the worst, but it was not good. Put it in the meh category, so a 2 out of 5, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you just put it on as background noise, but it's not in English, so it would literally just be background noise because you don't understand what they're saying. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we have Adoration sitting at number 90 in the quite like section. And then after that is The Night Eats the World, sitting at 164 in the liked section. And then to bring it up in the rear is The Swarm, sitting at number 188 in the meh section. And this is out of a total of 234 old movies so far this year.